Good morning, first graders. It is a happy Monday. Happy Monday. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but this is our last Monday of the school year, June 1st, 2020. And today our lesson is going to be Fantastic Five, number 173. If you already read my mind, that means you already have your Fantastic Five packet or book. Remember, I sent the packet home in your new packets, or you can just use your Fantastic Five book, whichever you'd rather. Your Fantastic Five clean white sheet packet, your pencil, and your highlighter. Ready to rock and roll our last week of Fantastic Five. Monday, June 1st, 2020. Miss Shep in the classroom, Miss Thompson behind the scenes. Now, last Monday together, let me hear you with a boom today. My Ben, Wells, City, Jonathan, Damien, Spencer, Eliza, Lawson, Elijah, Coda, and Mia. It's so hard to believe that our school year is coming to an end, but I know you're excited about your summer vacation. So here we go. Let me hear you. Fantastic Five, and more Fantastic Five. We all love Fantastic Five, especially Mrs. Shep. Now, like we did last week and the week before, we're going to do our Fantastic Five together, just like we would in class if we were at Walton Academy. You know, this is one of my favorite parts of the day, and this is always one of your best parts of the day where you're super listeners, super participators, and you do a great job of remembering. If I write it on my paper, you need to write it on yours. You know, also, this is about the time that you hear me say you can be crunching on your snack while you work. So if you'd like to crunch while you work, you know that is A-okay. Starting right off with number one. Hope my highlighter's working. Don't let me forget to shut it down. We have number one. We're looking at addition. 5 plus 5 equals variable. We're looking at multiplication. 2 times 5 equals variable. And then we are finding our answer. Before I even say it, City, tell me what you know this is going to be on our last Monday together. City says, yes, it's a red circle. I know that's going to be one we're going to do on a clean white sheet. Go ahead and give me those 4 mathematical operations, Ben. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Go ahead and tell me the opposite of addition, Wells. Subtraction, yes. The opposite of subtraction, Jonathan. Addition. The opposite of multiplication, Spencer. Division. The opposite of division, Damien. Multiplication. I know when I'm doing repeated addition in first grade, a second grade shortcut is going to be what, Eliza? Yes, multiplication. Repeated addition, shortcut, multiplication. We're also going to be talking about this week when we do repeated subtraction in first grade. There's going to be a shortcut. Read my mind, give it to me, Lawson. Repeated subtraction is going to be shortcut division. So we'll do number one on that clean white sheet. Rolling right on to number two. 2 times 8 equals 14. First thing I want us to do, I want us to put our 2 verticals on each side of that equal sign. I'm showing that. Do this with me from home. Both sides of the equal sign have to balance. Both sides of the equal sign have to balance. That means on each side of the equal sign, It doesn't matter what my mathematical operation, I have to have the same what, Elijah? Yes, the same value. Not necessarily the same numbers, but the same value. Now, I see the letter A in my equation. When I have a letter in a math equation, I know I'm doing what, Coda? Yes, Coda, I'm doing algebra. And when I do algebra, what do I call my equation, Mia? I call it, yes, my algebraic equation. And my number that I'm trying to find the value of is going to be my what, Wells? You got it, my unknown. Instead of my unknown being, what can I call it? Yes, my variable. Now, we've done this a lot with addition and subtraction. 2 times A equals 14. Sometimes in addition and subtraction, we either count back or we count on. I'm going to show you a little trick for multiplication today. I can put 2 in my fist and I can count on to 14. But instead of counting by ones, like if I was adding, I'm going to count by 2s because I'm multiplying. So everybody reach up, grab that 2, tap it in your fist, and we're going to count by 2s up to 14. So we're going to grab, here we go. I'm sorry, we're not going to grab that 2. We're just going to grab that empty fist. I'm thinking addition, and today Mr. Fantastic 5 is kicking us up to multiplication. So fist, no number yet. Here we go. We're going to count by 2s until we get to 14. So here we go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. How many fingers do we see, Jonathan? 7. So, A equals 7. 2 times 7 equals 14. Now come over here with me because we have plenty of room. 2 times 7 equals 14. To get that, I counted by 2s until I got to 14. Give me another way I could write that multiplication equation, City. Instead of 2 times 7 equals 14, give it to me, City. Yes, 7 times 2 equals 14. And Wells, what do I need to write over here? Yes, I'm going to write C-P-O-M. C-P-O-M. Commutative property of multiplication. If I change the order of my factors, the product stays the same. The numbers I multiply are called my factors, my total in multiplication, my product. We'll get into that more when we do number 1 on a clean white sheet. Number 3, add a line to show intersecting lines. This is a good time for you to stand up at home. We're going to move around a little bit. The geometry Sheppard shuffle. The geometry Sheppard shuffle. Here we go. A point, do it with me from home. A big fat juicy point. A point, a big fat juicy point. I forgot the beginning of my song. Let's do the geometry Sheppard shuffle. Let's do the geometry Sheppard shuffle. A point, a big fat juicy point. Array, it only goes one way. The line goes both ways every time. I forgot this one last time we did it. When I jump up and come down with 2 tight fists, that is a line segment. This is a midpoint. And then we have a cute little angle. A cute little angle. Less than 90 degrees. Less than 90 degrees. Right angle. Right angle. 90 degrees. 90 degrees. Obtuse angle. Obtuse angle. More than 90 degrees. More than 90 degrees. Parallel. Parallel. Never cross, never touch, never intersect. Never cross, never touch, never intersect. Intersecting. Intersecting. Cross, cross, cross. And then we have perpendicular. Perpendicular. Cross to form right angles. Cross to form right angles. Perpendicular. Perpendicular. Cross to form right angles. Cross to form right angles. Now this says intersecting. That's going to be easy. Show me intersecting with your bodies. Yes. Are perpendiculars intersecting? Yes. They cross. They cross. For intersecting, we're just going to do here. Remember, you have to put your arrows to show your lines keep going in both directions. Those are intersecting lines. Now, a medium-sized fish tank is about, if I think about a fish tank and how much water that fish tank will hold. 5 things I can measure. Give them to me, all first graders. Here we go. We started this at the beginning of the school year. Time, temperature, length, weight, capacity. How much water that fish tank will hold. What am I measuring, Eliza? Yes, I am measuring capacity. Now we're going to do this one also on a clean white sheet for a big capacity review. Remember, I can use customary units in the USA for measuring capacity from least to greatest. Or I can use metric units, make the whole world spin. Now this talks about a liter. Remember, we did this either last week or the week before. A liter, give me a second, is about the same as a customary quart. And if I hold up these two water bottles, the liquid inside would give me exactly 1 liter of water. If you go to the grocery store with mom or dad, one of those big Cokes or one of those big Sprites or one of those big Pepsis or one of those big Sunkist, that's a 2 liter bottle. This is liquid. This is a liter. 2 of my water bottles put together. Now, this is not one of those little fish bowls like I had when I was in first grade. I had a little fish bowl at home and we had some goldfish. Some people have a big fish tank. Would that fish tank hold less than a liter? If I put this water in that fish tank, would it fill it up? No, it would not be full. So is it less than a liter? No. Would that fish tank hold more than a liter? Would it take more than this water to fill it up? I'm going to question mark. Or would it take the same as a liter? Is this how much it would take? No. So I'm going to X, color in bubble B, and we're going to come back and do a little bit with that one when we get to our clean white sheet. Number 5, are the items in order or are they random? Now, items, let's look at these shapes. I see triangles, I see arrows, I see crescent moons, I see lightning bolts, I see plus signs, cylinders, and that looks like a not sign. Are they in order or are they all over the place? Give it to me, Mia. Yes, Mia, they're in random. And I'm going to be honest, Miss Shep doesn't really like that question, so we're going to do that one real quick and we're going to keep rolling. Get that down. Now we know we have 2 clean white sheets. Making sure I remember I have a 5 plus 5 and I have a capacity metric. Now if you're up with me, Miss Shep's getting ready to pull up her clean white sheet. You're grabbing your clean white sheet packet. If you need a minute to catch up, we didn't go too long on this today. If you need a minute to catch up, you may take that, press pause. The rest of us are going to keep going. Now I have 5 plus 5 is my repeated addition. So here we go. We did this last week, so this is going to be a review. Leave a hole to show my 5 plus 5. I'm going to draw 5 circles, and then I'm going to draw 5 more circles. Now remember, when we're drawing an arrangement of rows and columns, what do we call this, Coda? Yes, Coda, it is an array. Arrays are going to be so important in 2nd grade. Array is an arrangement of rows and columns. Remember, help me, Elijah, rows are what? Elijah says horizontal. Help me, Lawson, columns are what? Yes, Lawson, vertical. Everybody 1st grade, show me rows, horizontal. Show me columns, rows, columns. Now I know, Eliza, I'm going to label R1, R2, which stands for what, Eliza? Row 1, row 2. And then I'm going to label Spencer C1, C2, C3, C4, C5. What do my C's represent, Spencer? Yes, my C's represent my columns. Love it. Rows, columns, rows, columns. Now I want a repeated addition equation. Give it to me, Jonathan. Jonathan says, looking this way, I see 5 plus 5. So I'm going to come right here and write 5 plus 5 equals variable 10. City says, I see something different. I'm looking this way. Sid says, I see 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, which also equals variable 10. Well says, I know your next question, Miss Shep, is going to be, what do I call it when I add the same numbers over and over? Give it to me, Wells. You got it, Wells. That is repeated addition. And repeated addition is so 1st grade. What am I going to call it? A shortcut, quicker way to do repeated addition, especially when I get to 2nd grade. Give it to me, Ben. You got it, Ben. Multiplication. Give me a multiplication sentence, Ben. Ben says 2 times 5 equals variable 10. City says, I know another multiplication equation. City says 5 times 2 equals 10. Jonathan says, oh, Miss Sheppard, don't forget right over here to write the C-P-O-M. C-P-O-M. Commutative property of multiplication. If I change the order of my factors, the product stays the same. So we have our array. We labeled our columns, our rows. We wrote 2 repeated addition equations to match that array. We took that repeated addition and we wrote 2 multiplication sentences, which is a quicker way to do repeated addition, and we added our C-P-O-M. That's going to wrap problem number 1 on our clean white sheet. Now, you can flip over your packet. You can go to the back of your first clean white sheet. This is what we would do in class. In class, you would bring this right now over to my table. I'd go ahead and check. We would fix whatever you needed to fix together, and then we would move on. Since we're not together at Walton Academy, that's why I'm having you turn in your clean white sheet packet so I can check that at the end of our week. So here we go. Over to the back. If you need another minute, press pause. Now we're going to do customary units. You got it. What do we have on number 4 for measuring capacity? Remember, I can measure time, temperature, length, weight, capacity. Capacity measures how much a container will hold. Now, our customary units, we have a little song. Oh, do you know the gallon man, the gallon man, the gallon man? Oh, do you know the gallon man who lives in Gallonville? Oh, yes, I know the gallon man, the gallon man, the gallon man. Oh, yes, I know the gallon man who lives in Gallonville. He taught me to draw the big G, the big G, the big G. He taught me to draw the big G when measuring capacity. I said teaspoon, tablespoon, ounce, gill, cup, pint, quart, gallon. That's what we're going to write. Teaspoon, tablespoon, ounce, gill, cup, pint. I know I'm going fast. Keep up with me. Quart, gallon. Sorry guys, that's an N. Let me fix it a little bit. Then I'm going to move so you can see. I said teaspoon, tablespoon, ounce, gill, cup, pint, quart, gallon. I said teaspoon, tablespoon, ounce, gill, cup, pint, quart, gallon. Those are my customary units for measuring capacity. A teaspoon is in my kitchen when I need a spoon and I get one of those little spoons. Those in my kitchen are teaspoons. And then in my kitchen, I have some bigger spoons, about like that. Those are my tablespoons. An ounce is when you're drinking and you lift up your cup or your water bottle and you take one big gulp That's about an ounce. A gill doesn't have to do with fish when we're talking about capacity. A gill is 4 ounces. It is half of a cup. I didn't know that until I got my little measuring containers in when I was teaching 2nd grade. I had never heard that a gill was a way to measure 4 ounces or half a cup. A cup is like sometimes Jonathan for lunch has one of those little water bottles. That little water bottle holds 8 ounces. That's a cup. A pint is about the amount that's in one of my water bottles. A quart is about the amount that's in 2 of my water bottles. And a gallon is that big jug like we had at the beginning of the year, that big jug of Hawaiian punch when we made jitter juice. And at lunch, that big jug of milk where Miss Thompson pours from to fill up our cups as we're having lunch at Walton Academy. Now, one more time, I said teaspoon, tablespoon, ounce, gill, cup, pint, quart, gallon. Now roll, baby, roll. Now roll, baby, roll. Now on that same page, if you're out of room, you can go to your next clean white sheet. I'm scrolling. If you're not up with me, you need another minute, press pause. Miss Shep's going to roll on so my video doesn't go too long. So if you need more time, press pause. That's a good thing about working from home. You can pause me. When we're at school, you can't make me pause and stop. I have to give you a catch-up minute. So I'm going to leave a little space, and then we're going to do our metric units for measuring capacity. And this is going to be really quick. Metric units, I only want you to know 2. My metric units for measuring capacity, let me see if I can find one. I've already started cleaning. Oh, here we go. Let me see if I can find one. We either did this last week or the week before. Now, the first unit is going to be about the amount, I call this a medicine dropper, about the amount that a medicine dropper would hold. And it is, I'm not sure if we talked about this. If we have, it's been a long time. It would be a milliliter. If I filled up this medicine dropper and I said, oh, you're thirsty, you'd like to have some lemonade. If I filled up this medicine dropper and I said, okay, open up, I'm going to let you drink, this would be just enough to make you mad. It's like one little itty bitty sip, not a gulp, but a sip is a milliliter. And remember, our second that we already talked about was a liter. That was on our Fantastic 5 page. A liter is if you drink 2 of Miss Shep's water bottles. If you drink the amount in these 2 bottles, that is a liter. So a milliliter would be like a sip. A liter would be the amount of these 2 water bottles. Now, when you get all that, you can put your pencil down. That's going to be a wrap for our Fantastic 5 today. If you need a catch-up minute, that's A-okay. If you're with me, I'm going to roll on. We went through our Fantastic 5. We did our 2 clean white sheet pages. If you were at Walton Academy, I would tell you to zip over to my table. I would check. We would make corrections. We would move on. Since you're working from home, you can close up your clean white sheet packet, and you're going to turn that back into me at the end of the week. Now, the good thing about this being our last Monday together, that's it for math today. You have no extra math assignment, no study island, no extra packet, no worksheet. All you had for math today was to get in your Fantastic Five. We did that together. So if you completed this while we watched the video, which you should have, you are finished with your math jobs for today. Except make sure you get in that temperature moon calendar. That's really more part of our science, a little bit of math sprinkled in. So that is wrapping up our Fantastic Five for today. Our last Monday together. I hope you have a great Monday at home with your family. I hope you have a happy, happy Monday. And I know you're getting a little bit excited about the end of the school year, this being our last Monday together. Miss Sheppard's in that what she calls mixed emotions, because I do get a little bit excited, but I also get a little sad because we're ending our school year and I've enjoyed our time that we've had together in first grade. So I hope you have a happy, happy Monday at home with your families. This is going to be a good stopping point, and I'll see you tomorrow morning as we roll on into our Tuesday. Have a great day at home.